Listen to the inspiring and soothing music of Jesuit Music Ministry's original artists as you read our spiritually enriching books. To learn more about JustCom's mission of evangelization and education, follow us on YouTube, Facebook, and our website, justcom.ph. To give a face to the faceless and a voice to the voiceless, that we may recognize Christ in them and hear His story in theirs.
Radyo Katipunan. News, insights, inspiration. Radyo Katipunan. Down from the hill and down to the world. Radyo Katipunan. The voice of the Blue Eagle.
3 o'clock prayer. You died, Jesus, but the source of life flowed out for souls, and the ocean of mercy opened up for the whole world. O fountain of life, immeasurable divine mercy, cover the whole world and empty yourself out upon us. O blood and water, which flowed out from the heart of Jesus as a fountain of mercy for us, I trust in you. Holy God, holy mighty one, holy immortal one, have mercy on us and the whole world. Holy God, holy mighty one, holy immortal one, have mercy on us and the whole world. Holy God, holy mighty one, holy immortal one, have mercy on us and the whole world. Amen. Jesus, King of mercy, we trust in you.
This is Radio Katipunan 87.9 FM, the voice of the Blue Eagle.
Radyo, 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 Katipunan. Radyo, 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 Katipunan. Radyo, 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 Katipunan. Radyo, radyo, Katipunan. Radyo, radyo, Katipunan.
Coming up next, Level Up exclusives on Radyo Katipunan 87.9 FM.
Radyo, 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 Katipunan. Radyo, Katipunan. Radyo, Katipunan. Radyo, 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 Katipunan. Radyo, 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 Katipunan. Sa The Blue Eagle kami di mapipigil sa pagbabalitang tumpak at tama. Buhay at tenista sa loob sa labas ng eskwela, ating ibibida lahat ng kwela. Radyo, 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 Katipunan. Radyo, 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 Katipunan. Radyo, Katipunan. Radyo, Katipunan. Kawal ni Ignacio, Katipunero sugod, todo sa kayon, tulong at tulong. Lipat na Blue Eagle, galing giting nagigil. Blue and white, one big fight. Radyo, 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 Katipunan. Radyo, 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 Katipunan. Radyo, Katipunan. Radyo, Katipunan. Radyo, 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 Katipunan. Radyo, Katipunan.
Mga Katipuneros, it's time to level up! Your talk variety program showcasing the best in media and other fields. As we feature the most loved personalities and the best practices of what we truly refer to as Magis. Together with multi-awarded multimedia guru Mr. Noel Ferrer, let's all level up every Friday from 3 to 6 p.m. here on Radyo Katipunan 87.9 FM.
All good already on the best. And when you say the best, we really have the best. And well, of course, the first one that we have is awake at this time. We're doing this. We say good afternoon to him, but I don't know. Good morning, Waki.
Very early.
Joaquin Valdes in London. In London. No, where were you now?
Yeah, London.
In London mismo.
Yeah.
Wax, how are you? After two announcements, major cast announcements, ecstatic yung mga tao. But I really love what Adji, your wife, posted that she's able to celebrate you and your achievements, but she also celebrates all the rejections. Ang ganda, no? Parang, and how did it come to this? So we talk about your new plays. Unang-una, yung horror. A horror. Parang Death Note, a horror production. How did it come about? When did you audition for it? And tell us the process.
It's quite interesting because Frank Wildhorn is a famous composer, Broadway composer. He did Jekyll and Hyde, Bonnie and Clyde. He's a pop songwriter. He's written for Celine. Big deal. And he was commissioned, I think, a long time ago. He did a musical based on a very famous Japanese anime / manga called Death Note.
Yes.
2015. And yung kumanta sa demo niya, sa concept album na yun, sina Jeremy Jordan and all these big Broadway stars. But it was never staged in English. It got translated to Japanese and Korean. It's a big hit in Japan and Korea. Yes. Until now, nag-run pa rin sa Korea. And there's a massive following. And people have been clamoring since then for an English production of it, and it's never happened. And because his titles have been such successes here in London, in the West End, Death Note, they announced that was coming here. And the creative team, Nick Winston, who's the director, I've worked with him before, and the casting director, I've worked with him before, they called my agent and they asked if I was available for a concert, and I just submitted a couple of tapes for the composer, and then I booked the job, and it's great.
So how important is having a connection there? So you are in their file already.
Not necessarily a file. It's important to have an agent and a good relationship with the casting directors. Even if you don't book the job. So casting directors will call you for auditions. Pero kung kahit hindi mo na book yung job na yon, maaalala ka pa nun eh.
Nandun ka sa file. So
they'll remember you.
Ang ganda yun, no? Parang in the Philippines kasi sometimes, or most of the times, they get you na for a job, for a role.
Yeah.
But there, it's very normal that people audition or kailangan talaga ng audition.
The rejection is more normal than the jobs.
Yun nga.
Parang ano nga yan parang bilangan yan. So for every 10, ano yung count mo, ano yung ratio? For every 10, if you book one job, then that's your ratio. That's a good ratio. But that means you need to get 20 so that you can book 2 jobs. Do you know what I mean? So you need to keep auditioning and finding.
So aside from your agent, you really keep track on what plays are coming in. Ganun ba yun?
Yeah. And then there's medyo efficient yung system dito eh, kasi the casting directors are through a certain process. There's a database called Spotlight, wherein all working professional UK actors, ideally who are also with the union, go through this database, and the casting directors, for fairness, go through that database. So it's all of this process na the more work you do that is reflected on your CV, mas mataas chances na makikita sa audition room.
Ang galing.
It's hard work. A lot of hard work.
Of course. With Death Note, for example, when will the production start and when will
it's a big concert. It's a concert version first. It's a 2-week rehearsal process and two shows. Pero nakakatawa kasi when they released the cast announcement,
parang major.
A day after, nag-release sila ng tickets, right? It's sold out for 2 nights in 8 hours. It's sold out. So tomorrow, they just announced that they're going to add another show, because nag-sell out sila in 8 hours. So it's already a hit, and it hasn't even been
wala pa. Oo nga. Ang galing. So production will start when? And then
August.
So may chances pa to continue, to have more runs.
I think the aspiration is, after the success of the concert, maybe next year, pag may theater, it's gonna do a run in the West End.
But the materials available already?
Yeah, I think this is what they do here. Parang they did it for a couple of other titles. To do it as a concert, and then if there's a lot of clamor for it, then it transforms into a full blown run in the West End.
Ang galing, no? Parang a concert first to test the songs. Para
To test
meron
the
di ba?
audience as well. Yeah.
And people in the audience, and then the songs become so familiar. Do they release it at Spotify or do they record it?
Yeah, some shows do that. Pero itong Death Note in particular, may following na siya eh.
Totoo.
Ang pinaka hindi pa siya, it's never been done lang in the English language. So this is the first time ever it's gonna be done in English, which is great. So
galing.
So hopefully manganganak siya into a cast album and
Yes. Kung nakikita nyo, ang sarap lang pakinggan si Waki in Filipino. Kasi marunong pa rin siyang mag-Filipino kahit nandun siya sa UK. On the spot, pwede siyang mag-shift ng ng twang, ng kanyang accent. So yun na, parang sa bahay ninyo, you can talk in Filipino and then outside, English ka. Parang ganun.
And ano naman natin yun, gift natin yan as Filipinos. We assimilate really well in terms of language. And mabilis tayo mag-code switch. Because we don't think in Filipino then translate into our head. We think in both.
Agad. Ang maganda, hindi mo nakakalimutan yan kasi parang it's in the home that where it all starts, no? Kasi when you're out of your home, iba na, parang you're required to speak in English. Yeah. And with that accent, how important is that accent? Some people, and we have to make people understand, some people will have to enroll would need to enroll in classes on accent, no?
Yeah, well, as an actor, dapat marami kang bala in terms of accents.
That's true. It's true.
Especially in the UK, there are different dialects.
Yes.
Northern, East London, all of these different sounds. My roles mainly are more American, so which mas madali naman for Filipinos to acquire American accent. So it's okay. I haven't really been doing. I auditioned for a Noel Coward play, Private Lives, where I needed to have very strict RP or British, British accents. But other than that, it's pretty much speak in your own dialect or in your own accent, which is nice.
You have to study more on theater or accents or whatever, like skills.
Yeah, all of it. You're constantly I'm constantly visiting my vocal coach, my singing coach. I'm constantly learning from my acting coach. Para my person, I'm constantly in the gym with my gym coach. And then you constantly need to keep sharpening your tools.
Kailangan. Yeah.
Laging handa kasi. We don't know when you're gonna need them.
That's true. Talk about your second play. After that.
Now and next.
Now and next.
Nakakatawa kasi Death Note happens in August, but that's the second one. My first one is Then, Now, and Next.
And are you preparing for that now?
Yeah, we're rehearsing for that now. It's you're gonna love this, Noel. I know.
Okay.
It's a chamber musical, 5 actors, but it's about a central character named Alex Shaw. The show happens in a span of 20 years of her life. And she has a first love in her 20s, and then a second love when she's older in her 40s, and she has a baby with the second love. The thing is, the whole show, the timelines are all jumping from one timeline, and it's because she's dealing with grief and memory and moving on. So it's very, very
last 5 years, no?
Yes and no. May ganon kasi non-linear, pero
yes.
Pero full-fledged in terms of the scenes, because the thing is, the reason why you're jumping non-linear in the narrative is because she gets triggered by different memories.
Ang galing.
And she's processing the death of a loved one, and she's trying to move on. And you're as an audience member, you're also piecing together how she's moving on.
You love your songs.
It's very, very interesting. The
You love
songs
your
are so
songs
good.
there.
The songs are so good, and I'm with the one playing Alex. I'm the leading man for
Yeah.
the first part, so I'm the
Okay.
younger lover, and I am with Alice Fern, who is West End royalty, as in she's a star.
Uh-huh.
And it's so
Uh-huh.
nice. It's so nice to be in the room with such masters. Like they're so good. So
Yes.
ang dami ko natutunan just by
Uh-huh.
watching. And it's so yeah, it's just talagang you need to be. I'm so excited because I need to be at their level and play at
Ganun
their level.
talaga, no? Parang, well, tell us a day in Joaquin's life there in UK, lalo na now that you're rehearsing for a play. You wake up at
So-
what time? Sorry, you're up there early in the morning, but normally, what, 8? Ganon? You start the day.
No, normally I'm up at like 5:30.
Wow!
Yeah.
Hindi
and
ka ganyan sa Pilipinas or nagaganyan ka sa Pilipinas nung bata ka pa ng morning show pero hindi mo gagawin ngayon. Oh.
No, I'm up at 5:30 or 6 maybe, and do morning routine. Kami ni Aji, we drink coffee and we pray, and prepare my lunch and all that, and then
You still do good tapa? Si Joaquin po, dapat may tapa business na in the Philippines.
sinigang ako ngayon, Noel.
Sinigang, okay.
I cook my sinigang on Sunday, then yun yung baon ko for the rest of the
Anong
week.
klaseng sinigang? Corned beef sinigang? Di ba may mga gano'n na masarap?
Oo.
Oo.
Ang luto ko na sinigang, ang protein ko sinigang manok. So
Sinigang
parang
naman.
sinampalukan,
Oo.
parang ganun. Pero I used to
Pinoy na
sinigang.
Pinoy pa rin.
Oh,
So may
Kasi-
sampalok sa UK?
hindi. Mix.
Okay,
sinigang.
mix na lang. Okay.
And then gulay, and then peppers, and then some bacon instead of corned
Okay.
beef. So you get that smoky ano pa rin. And then baon ko na yun. So rice and chicken. That's my baon for the week. And I travel because I live in west of London.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
So I travel, hop on the tube or the train.
Gano'ng kalayo, Wax?
20-minute train ride
A 20-minute train. Okay.
to the center, and then in the center madali nang maglakad, and that's where the rehearsal is. So yeah, a 20-minute train ride. I walk the rehearsals, 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. yung rehearsal araw-araw, Monday to Saturday. And then yeah, Sunday I got a day off.
Yung train ride mo, may routine? Like, kunyari, what do you do while you are in train?
It's 20. I'm usually learning my songs. I have
Doon. So,
Yeah.
iPad and all,
if
yeah.
if medyo maluwag yung train, which is hardly the case,
Yeah.
open up my scripts and make notes. But yeah, batong-batong. Minsan, like yesterday, nakakatawa kasi I had the rehearsal for one show, and then my lunch break ako. I traveled to another part of Central to do a rehearsal for Death Note,
Okay.
and then travel back to the rehearsal in the afternoon. So
Yun yung tawag natin lagari. So,
Lagari.
kahit,
So-
okay rin pala dyan. Ang tanong, Wax, can theater sustain a life? Well, people will be asking, okay ba? At hindi ka naman
Yeah.
magastos, hindi naman kayo magastos ni Aji, no?
Hindi. I mean, it's again, we don't live ostentatiously. We're not
That's true.
extravagant.
That's true.
We still consider ourselves artists. I'm an artist, and I'm on an artist wage. But it can.
Si Aji Heredera naman, no?
Hindi, medyo
Tuner yan eh. Hindi.
pero matipid si Aji. She keeps our finances in check. But we're both freelancers, and we're both self-employed. If you're smart, and if you're determined, and if you're hardworking, there's dignity in theater here.
So it can sustain a life.
Yeah.
Okay rin naman. You'll be here in that's jumping the gun. You'll be here after Death Note. No? Sana, sana.
Hopefully.
Sana CCP would be able to finance your coming here. Ayusin natin yan. So,
Yeah. Artist wage, Noel.
I know. What other roles do you want to play here in the Philippines? Meron pa ba?
Yeah, I'd want to do I just want to sing Ryan and Kebiab songs forever. Like, I mean, it's nice.
Kaya mo naman yan. Secret pa hanggang ngayon yung pwede natin gawin, pero yung gagawin natin, pero yun eh.
Yeah.
Parang all the Ryan Kebiab songs. Sayang, no? It didn't come into fruition yung the Smoky Mountain musical.
Yeah, that's.
Great.
I mean,
yeah.
I mean, I always kind of I'm cheering for it. Like when I saw the Larawan concert at
Yes.
you know, I'm seeing all these pictures. Ramahari Arman is playing.
Yes.
Ramahari. It's nice. It's nice that this is coming, and it's nice to see new musicals happening again. With Pat Valera, Mula sa Buwan did a really good run. It's nice.
Yes.
I'd love to play.
What's a trajectory for you? Like acting yun. Do you see yourself directing soon or
further down the line?
Talaga.
And I was just chatting with someone else who was doing an interview, and I was saying, I do like directing, but right now I
you have to maximize you being an actor, no?
Yeah, and I think once I go back to sitting down in the director's chair, it's because I was an actor first.
That's true.
It's nicer to be directing. Like now, yung Then, Now, and Next, all of the creative team are all West End stars.
Mm-hmm.
So the composer is John Robbins, who is now playing the Phantom. Our director is Julie Atherton, who was in the original cast of Avenue Q. So these are all actors, and that's how they're informing their direction, which is so nice and nurturing and life-giving.
You talked about unions. You're part of the union there, or are you a registered parang actor or artist there in the UK?
Yeah, Equity UK. Yeah.
How important is it to be part of that community of that union?
I would say very important because like with any industry, there are producers who will try, to take shortcuts.
That's true.
And you're protected by the union, and the more you are in the union, the more protection you get. You get insurance, you get injury pay, you get sick pay. You get things that are very beneficial. There's an actor here in London who, while in a job, all of a sudden just got a stroke.
Oh, okay.
And it was Equity that helped him from his hospital bills to recovery. And now he's about to go back into work. And it's Equity that really takes care of actors from abuse and protects us from a lot of things. So, yeah, it's important.
So there's that system, no? The system that protects the actors and the theater workers in general.
Yeah. Yes. Not just actors, but everybody who works inside the theater. Yeah.
Okay. Corollary to the Philippines, we have PhilStage, and recently yun na nga, parang they're into an issue now, with that talks about government collaboration. Okay. I know that the artists were very critical of the previous administrations, and how important is government support there in UK? I just want to make a parallelism. Do they support theater at all, and how?
Massively. Massively. So much so that when there's a little bit of a budget change or decrease in public funds that go into, they siphon
public funds to subsidize.
Yeah. They subsidize not shows, theaters all around the UK.
Okay.
So a lot of these, how there's so many theaters around the UK, they apply for a fund. Then there's a budget. There's a national fund, taxpayer fund that is going through the ACE or a certain organization, and it feeds, and you apply for it so that they can feed X amount of millions essentially to each theater to sustain themselves. Now, for every little adjustment, decrease in that budget, there's massive uproar.
Pero yun, you're free to air your dissent in government processes, di ba?
Absolutely. Actually, there's a lot of, for example, the one that's staging the revival of Miss Saigon with Joe Pil.
Yes.
The Sheffield Crucible Theater.
Yeah.
And that's a publicly funded theater.
Yes.
So, and there's so many theaters like that are publicly funded, and because they're publicly funded means that people can, can inquire about the kind of seasons or the kind of shows that they are putting up and how they run these artistic facilities.
Correct. Because they have a stake, no, in that. But they're pretty experimental, no, with the theater that Joe's part of now.
Yeah, and those actually, a lot of the great stuff come from the publicly funded ones because they're really
they can experiment.
They're trying to push for. They're not commercial theaters or shows. Because mga commercial shows usually nasa West End and they exist to profit. But then the ones that are publicly funded, I think the intention is to develop new material. But
is there an audience for that? Like, parang does the public support them?
Yeah, because and I think the support for the theater that's publicly funded is top to bottom. It's not just the show. It's how they market the show. It's how they involve and engage the community around the theater. It's a lot. It's really what's the word? It's really holistic. In word. So, but the theater and whoever runs the theater needs to apply for that bid. I don't know.
Parang mga grants also, no? For what kind of grants do you need parang for government to support it? Here naman, it's Kuya Budgie has been so vocal na tipong talking about the previous administrations and how they're able to use theater to influence people towards their agenda. The whole context is be careful for mga political affiliations. It's important. That's important, no?
Right. I mean, if it's politically involved, I think there's a difference between having using theater for a political agenda or
an advocacy. Iba naman yun.
Yeah, and the point is, I think government should support the arts. We've been clamoring for that from the very beginning. We want more support from the government, but government shouldn't limit what the art is saying.
That's true.
You know what I mean? So I think
you're not serving the person but the institution. Parang ganon.
Correct. And it's like even if the theaters that the government should support is dissenting the government, should happen. It should be allowed.
And it happens there in UK.
Yeah, absolutely.
Ay, ang galing.
Because it's supporting the
lockdown, walang censorship.
Wala. Mas magagalit ang mga tao.
Talaga?
Mas magagalit. We have a lot. There's a lot of
vocal yung mga tao, no? Then
again, there's a lot of shows that dissent royalty and the political parties here.
But they're still there.
Because it's art. It's art is under free speach.
Ang galing. So we have to learn from that.
Yeah.
We have to learn from that. Well, another thing is Red is being staged again. And you played with JC Santos and still Bart Gingoana. So, can you flashback lang kung yung ginawa mong Red? Were you co-producer then also?
No. I don't even remember. It was 10 years ago, but
you're doing things not for money, talaga.
Yeah. Pero ang maganda dun sa Red namin ni Bart, and I hope he does it again, is that occupied my whole year. Because we started in CSB, the theater in Benilde, and then we went to Silliman University.
Ang ganda ng Silliman. Sa Dumaguete.
We went to the Cebu as well. We did one in Cebu. And then we went back to Batute. And then we went back to Teatrino. So it was a whole year of Red. And it was really nice. And it was just me and Bart. And it was such a good show. I won the Gawad Buhay for that.
There, yes. Did you have to translate it?
No. It was in English. We did the original John Logan.
Yata yung bagong buhay ng Red. If you're able to do both languages, with ease.
That would be nice. That would be a very good translation.
How relevant is that material now for it
It's
to be
good.
preached again, no?
Yeah, I mean, especially
Thinking
now
about it.
when the generations are more disparate. Like,
That's true.
yeah,
That's true.
I mean, you have the young progressive thinkers that are really pushing the boundary of what we know to be
That's
art
true.
or convention,
That's
and
true.
you have the old guard, and it's always good. That kind of tension is always good with anything, with government, with policy, with art. You need that tension because it's through that tension that you can birth something good and new.
Ang galing. Galing. So parang mag-resonate yan kahit anong era.
Oh,
Lalo na ngayon when people have to remember or
yeah.
to be more critical about things, no? So other materials that you want to do here.
I want to do films, Noel. I want to do.
Okay.
I want to act. I want to act like in.
Well, theater to films, like Little Mermaid is now a big hit, no?
Yeah, yeah.
Ganyan na ba? Or do you have any material from theater to film?
I don't
Pero
know.
naiiba kasi, I saw last 5 years, iba pa rin yung theater.
Yeah. It
Versus
doesn't need to be necessarily a musical. I think.
Yeah, okay.
I mean, my heart has always been with the independent scene as well.
Okay.
I have some of my roots in the independent films of the Philippines.
Okay.
And I like that. I mean, it's not dito kasi ang ganda ng interdisciplinary nature.
That's true. Nagaganon, no? Even visual arts and music and all, yeah.
I've submitted auditions as well for TV and film, and it's nice.
Okay.
You just go in and out, and you're an actor, regardless of the medium.
And this you can do because you write really well, Wax. Have you documented all your engagements there? Because that can come as a book.
I plan to do that.
Wax. Let's publish that. Kasi, when you study theater here in the Philippines, you still have foreign models, lalo na for actors, no? Wala talaga mga acting books. And now it's talk about the traveling actor. Parang you can talk about all the productions you've gone through, the processes, the auditions, the production process, and things you've learned from the fellow actors. Gawin mo na yan, please. Because parang every production, and then when you come back, publish it.
That's
Tapos volume 1, 2, 3, depende kung ilan pa yung gagawin mo dyan. But do you see your life being based there already? Or
I mean,
tapos coming here when you're older, or 6 months, nakikita mo what yun yung trajectory niyan? Parang do you see yourself spending more time really there than
the dream is, again, I told Aji this before we moved here almost 5 years ago, is I want to be able to work with dignity as an actor and as a theater maker, and I'll go wherever that allows me to do that. And my dream is to go work here and work in the Philippines, if magkaroon ng opportunity na ganun, then I'll let that happen. But for now, my work is here.
Na-excite lang ako, no? Parang that you're able to document everything that you did. Pero also, siguro yung look back mo, all the plays also that you did here. Because you did a sizable amount of place here also.
Yeah, and
yun people don't document.
Lahat ng I mean, I'm where I am now because of where I started, and
that's true. And parang people don't document these things. Wala yung, di ba, action, reflection, action dapat. Parang sa mga actors kasi action, yung reflection part, parang they keep to themselves. So it's nice since you're very articulate. And yun, parang you can write about it. And the last chance the Filipinos, or we all saw your being articulate, was when your dad died. Then you did this eulogy, no? And that was published and all. It's Father's Day. Father's Day is coming this weekend, Wax. How has it affected you?
It's so funny because going to the Philippines after I finished my contract with Lion King, I didn't, I've said this a lot. I didn't even want to go to the Philippines, but my dad said, "Come home. I want to see you. I'll pay for it."
Thank you, Angie, for that. She was one who prodded you to really come back.
And she really did. And and it was after that. I mean, it's bittersweet. Of course, I miss my dad, and nobody likes it when a loved one goes. But then for me, it was like so perfect in his timing and how he did it, in God's timing and in my dad's timing. And it seems like he's always cheering me on because the series of great things that have happened in my career here in London happened after. It's like my dad's like really watching me flourish and grow.
Totoo, and parang hindi siya naging stumbling block, no? Parang hindi naging pabigat. Parang naging, parang, how is that? Parang mas yung daloy, mas naging,
parang
after,
parang nagbukas yung dam and then
yes. Lalo na with us who know your family, na tipong when the thing was revealed, that in the end, you saw pictures of him, yung clippings ng mga stage. Tinago mo pa rin yun?
Yeah, it's in our place in the Philippines.
That would be good material for the book also. Parang gano'n, no? Parang when you look back at your theater life, lahat ng connection. How important is it to have a support group? Kasi, di ba parang ang lungkot pag nag-iisa ka. And then,
massive.
The reflections and all, it's really character building, no?
Tsaka, hindi man ako mabarkada. I've kind of been a lone wolf. And the thing is, having Adji as my partner, and I know it sounds cheesy because I always talk about it, but it's true, is...
Parang kang may lawyer na ka-debate all the time.
Tsaka may kasangga ako, and sometimes when I take the rejections in stride already, she feels more, and it's nice to have someone to go home to. I look forward to waking up and doing our morning thing, and then going home after rehearsal and just decompressing with her. It's just so nice. It's an anchor
to process things kasi kailangan mo yan eh. Pero how do like actors there survive kung walang ganyan? Paano support group? Sa union?
No, there's a lot of support in terms of facilities, like mental health support, counseling, loads, especially in the union. But then what I did notice here is the value of friendship. Grabe, nakakainggit minsan. Yung tight-knit ng mga, when they have best friends talaga here, and I love that. And and I've acquired a handful of them because it's hard. It's hard to be an actor, and it's nice to share that burden and share that.
Kinikwento yun ni Mark Bautista, kaya parang all the friendships are really great when he did Here Lies Love there. Parang another critique on Here Lies Love.
Right.
Parang like Miss Saigon, ang dami ring may dissenting opinion na tipong, you can show a lot of other things about the Marcoses and not to romanticize them. What's your stand on that?
Well, one is I haven't seen the show.
I enjoyed it. I watched it twice there in London and then in Seattle. And there was a board, parang a display board outside the cinema na sinasabi, ito yung number ng killings, ito yung accomplishments, and so-called accomplishments, ito yung nangyari talaga. May ganong education component. How important is that? May ganyan ba sa inyo when you tackle an issue in theater? There mga parang facts outside.
Lalo na now, if you can't bring about that kind of education within the text itself, you walk into a theater, there's like boards, there's like information.
Yes.
They use the art to tell this story.
Do you even have talk back sessions like after the plays? May ganon talaga.
Marami yan.
Processing. Kasi lalo na yung mga dealing with mental health issues, gano'n, di ba? Parang the audience have to be parang heard and you should be interacting with them after.
There's a thing that's happening now. I think they're trying it out for some shows wherein, especially if the show has a lot of triggering elements, after the show is done, they tell the audience to just, if you want to take a minute to sit down and you don't have to leave the theater yet, you can just stay.
Yes. Because so nangyayari yan doon. And have you been part of any production na gano'n? Or
Nothing yet. Wala pa
have you
ako.
taken part na ikaw nagtatanong or you're in the audience?
No, I've observed it kasi usually maraming tao,
Totoo.
mahirap sumingit sa questions. But
Pero yun,
they,
talagang outspoken yung mga, parang nagsasalita yung mga tao.
yeah.
Opinionado talaga yun.
Yeah,
Kasi sa atin, di ba, sometimes napatanong na lang dun sa facilitator.
yeah.
Pero dyan talaga, they really,
Challenging ideas, and it's welcome. Discourse is welcome. And that's what I like. You don't need to agree with each other, but as long as the discourse happens, it's nice. Because again, it's when the tension happens, then something good can come out of it.
Tell us more about other things that we can adopt in the Philippines dyan na practices dyan.
Discipline, training, audience engagement.
Like how discipline, meaning talagang may mga fines, may mga ano yun?
No, I meant discipline in the craft. And
craft. Pero kunyari, like even that, that's that small thing about being late in productions. Paano kayo sinasawata?
Parang one is they're very kind and very polite here, but there's a level of nobody is late.
Talagang
even
no
if
space, no space.
Yeah, there's no, especially in this company, for example, na puro season yung kasama ko. Wala late. And then,
pero uso yung sinasabon kayo or nagagalit, pinapagalitan, walang umi-eksena, walang ganun.
Kasi parang pag ine-expect na kayo to perform at a certain professional standard.
Yes.
Hindi na kayo paggagalitan na parang bata. Parang ganun.
Yes.
Although meron akong ginawang show na maraming members na parang bata. So,
pero they treat them as adults na tipong, parang reminder lang, pero hindi malaki issue.
Yeah, which is sometimes parang a little embarrassing na for the ones that are taking, advantage of that kindness, because it really makes them look unprofessional. But yeah, so there's a level of standards that need to be maintained in terms of producing shows, the way a theater or a show engages the businesses around to engage the market and the audience. Like
how? Cool. Tell us.
So for every theater that I'm noticing in my travels and in my touring, buhay na buhay yung businesses ng food and beverage around the theater.
And also, who engages dun sa business naman of merchandise? Kasi ngayon lang sa Pilipinas may ganyan, Dati yung playbill lang talaga yung nandyan, pero ngayon, people are more creative and they're able to think of merchandise.
Kasi pag iniisip nila na may longevity yung isang title,
totoo.
Then iisipin nila na we're not just gonna run this for 1 month. So even in coming up with a logo, so I love how Mula sa Buwan did it, because they created their own fan culture, which is the way to go in terms of
parang level na yan ng sinta, dudula ang sibol, di ba?
Right.
Every Valentine's Day, pwede lang balikan. Yeah.
Correct. And then cast recording needs to happen, all of this, kasi nasa digital age na tayo, so you want longevity in these titles. And adaptations. You want schools to be producing these shows.
Yes. Ganun ka, because long term, no?
Yeah, you have to treat it like a business.
That's true.
Hindi siya, passion projects, artistic projects, but you have to think of it as a business so that it can keep running and give more opportunity to.
You see yourself doing that, Wax? Are you inspired by that?
Yeah, eventually. Which one?
Or ngayon pa lang talagang actor muna ako, I'll maximize it. Other things, other stuff that we can learn from, yung practices there.
I have a little dream, Noel, which is to really bring back to kind of consolidate a lot of my learnings, mainly with acting, and to teach and to kind of give access or open the accessibility to Filipino talent who otherwise wouldn't have any idea.
That's true.
What they can become outside.
That was a dream of Monique also before. I remember after Saigon, sila ni Lea, lalo na Monique, no? Thought of like putting up an acting school, no? But it never materialized. Or meron pa mga workshop. And then now it's subsumed in schools. Yan naman yung maganda. Parang may fine arts program, may performing arts
Right.
programs. Pero do you see parang a theater school coming up? Well, here in the Philippines, or
Maybe not a theater school yet, but what I do want is to, I'm just thinking
back
out
to
loud
the
here, something
university,
like a
or talagang something more
yeah,
informal?
no, something like kasi mahirap na wala kasi tayong training in the standard that they have it here. Drama
That's
training,
true.
arts
That's true.
training. Because the standards here are very high. But I want to find a way to bridge that. So something like
That's
kung
true.
ang mga scholars or academia may Shivning or Fulbright.
Yes.
Bakit wala tayong parang pool or funding that allows for arts?
Arts and research, and then, di ba, parang, and
Research,
then,
yeah. Well,
and then-
mainly in the arts as well, to go out,
oo.
learn, and then go back.
And
into the
people
Philippines.
presenting papers and then being critiqued, mga colloquium, and then even workshops. Okay naman yun.
Yeah.
Kasama
Yeah.
rin naman yun.
And parang so that kung kunwari may talent na nakapasok sa isang prestigious drama school.
Correct.
Pero ang mahal. So if there's a fund like a Fulbright or a Shivning that
Yes.
can support this talent to learn and then go back to the Philippines to apply it, that would. So I'm trying to find and learn this foundation, or now that I have that access, because marami akong mga colleague dito na puti or British that would send me viral videos. Remember that may nag-viral na Pilipina, young girl that was singing Adele in the karaoke?
Yes.
And then literally my friend who's a teacher and he's a performer, he goes to me, what happens to her? What happens to a talent like her? I go, well, at best, she's gonna get discovered by a TV station, and she's gonna be a singer. And at best, and maybe a little less than that, she'll find a job in to sing in some lounges and whatever. He's like, she sings better than 10 of his drama students that are studying in the Royal Academy. So how do we get talent like them from the Philippines out here? And so we're trying to find out that,
At okay sana, no? Parang parang knowledge, skills, and orientation na
everything.
Turo,
Yeah.
no? Yeah.
Na para imagine kung may talent tayo na ganun, and then eventually she learns music theory and
Totoo.
And then pagbalik niya, boom, can spread and
And you start with a book. Yun muna siguro. That's the easiest thing that you can do. Like from your experiences, just put in your learnings, and then yun, I guess. Kaya magaling ka na sulat eh. So parang yun, lagyan lang ng I think what the Filipinos can get from your experiences. Yun siguro.
Yeah.
So other things, Wax. Coming back here, ang ganda, no? Cinema. It's another discipline that you'd want to like.
I love it. And not to be in front of the camera as well. Not it would be nice.
Okay. To be in front of the camera, meaning roles in films, in. Pero yun nga parang now even for actors, no? And lalo na in our family, we want to have a stake in the things that we want to do. So in developing projects, ang maganda kasama na yung artista doon eh. So kung ikaw gagawa nun, what material would you want?
Wow. I guess I'm not sure what, but something that tells our story to a wider audience.
And probably with you, the unique selling proposition would be the Filipino working abroad. Ako talaga yun. It appeals like
the diaspora, the Filipino diaspora. It's and we're having a moment, even if there's a lot of controversy or whatever. But the Filipino is having a moment. There's Here Lies Love on Broadway. There's On This Side of the World, which is another gorgeous musical.
That's true.
There's so many Filipino stories in the international scene, and there's this desire for first generation Filipinos as well.
Yes.
You met JR, desire to connect and to just kind of, we're a global race. Filipinos are all
Actually,
over.
nalala kita during the performance of JR and you, well, kayo rin naman you follow him, no? That people are able to laugh or make materials. Kasi sabi nga na, well, after watching it, Direct Joey was saying, you know, you should like sign up this person. And I'm talking to the person now, si Red Oliero. That people and younger people who will like be able to, well, make fun. Yung tit for tat down niya of the Net Inventor and Mitch Valdez before started when they were younger. At seryoso na. Kasi tapos na yung age ng, kunyari, comedy bars.
Yeah.
Or mga impersonators. Kasi there was a slew of those, no?
Right.
But comedy now is also developed into something different.
And
How is it
all
there?
and all of it are multi-hyphenated now. So,
I know.
So, for example, the creator of Fleabag, Phoebe Waller-Bridge, she's a drama.
Wow, I'm reading it. I'm reading it, and I want Isa to do something like that.
Yeah, but see, look at it, Noel. Fleabag, Phoebe Waller-Bridge is a writer, right? She's a writer, and she was a comedian. So she would do one-woman stand-up shows.
I know.
Right? And then she wrote her own show, Fleabag. So imagine if, what's his name, Red or even JR took their stand-up and then turned it into a narrative, like a one-person show. So that's another thing that's nice here is there's a lot of encouragement to write your own material. If you can't...
Fleabag made it to a mini-series, no? There.
It's so good. It's like...
A major.
Yeah, major. And she's a big star. She's incredible.
Like even better than Every Brilliant Thing. As a one-woman act,
I really enjoy Fleabag.
Is it something like Isa can do and you direct? Kaya?
Yeah, I don't think it needs a director because
pero kailangan pa rin na ganun,
Yeah.
diba? Now that you're exposed to it, tara pag-usapan natin. I have the book now. I got the book and then was drawn to it kasi merong book na for the play and there's a book about the series.
Yeah.
Sabi ko parang this can be made here in the Philippines. And yun, Isa was like reading up on it and say, uy, nangyayari, ginagawa. Or might as well do a really entire thing here in the Philippines.
Yeah, an original one, either adapt it to Filipino or like a brand new original one for a one-woman.
Parang inspired by. So it can happen. Parang yung na one-woman act. At may audience, Wax.
Yeah, she tried that out in a very small pub theater, I think in Edinburgh, in the Fringe setting. And then it was a massive hit. And then it got picked up. It became a series. The National Theatre picked it up, televised it. Like it was very, and it's one woman.
Yes. Grabe. Parang, well, a tour, no? Ganun yung ano.
So good. And because we saw the play as well. All of the other characters are all just voiced.
Voice, not projection.
No,
because I try to imagine. Okay.
He just sits there and it's like a monologue, but
at hindi boring. Fleabag na pinag-usapan because I'm really into it now, and I have that book. I'm reading it now.
I think what's so unique about that is that her literary voice as well is so specific and so unique and so identifying. And that's what sets her apart,
Okay. So nangyayari pala yun. So yun lang siguro, no? Parang people will have to like look for or not look for, create new materials for
and create new, like really push the boundary. Like I can imagine Dali De Leon doing a one-woman show.
That's true.
Like Isa, I mean, all of it on motherhood can be a play.
Yes.
And there's a lot of documentary theater making now. There's a lot of things that are pushing the boundary.
Ang galing, no? Parang it's all meshed up like different medium. Okay. Para sa'yo, ikaw naman. So it's really film and theater.
Yeah, film and theater. Right now, I love being an actor. I love the process of it. I love the grit of it, the muscularity of being an actor, getting it in my body.
You're not ma social media, Wax, no?
No.
Why? You were before.
I
want to ask that because it's one way of like documenting it and then eventually, di ba?
Yeah, I realized that even a lot of the actors that I aspire to be like.
uh-huh.
Don't really have much social media. And me kasi as a
Are you amazed at how the Filipinos like are into it? Yung talagang YouTube festival.
my personality kasi is I get quite hooked and addictive into one thing, and it's just my own choice, and I kind of want to make sure that I have bandwidth to focus on reading, learning, outside of the social media audience. I keep it. Aji doesn't want. Sometimes I want to take it all away, but Aji says no.
Wag then. It's your connect to, di ba, that world. No, but then, if at all, what's the reason why you're in social media? What, just so you're updated, or
and mainly on Instagram and on Twitter, and because that's also where I get to announce the exciting things I'm doing.
Yes.
And people follow me and like send me nice messages.
But you're not going back to Facebook anymore.
No.
Toxic talaga.
I like the silence.
Well, yeah.
I like the solitude.
Some people forget that to live, no? When they're in social media.
And I mean, I get to connect with you and people I really love.
That's true.
You know, in actual conversations. So it's nice.
Totoo yan. Yun yung nakakalimutan ng mga tao ngayon. And then really create more. Yun talaga yung, create more. And so, yun, parang Joaquin the actor. What's in store?
I have I'm doing Then Now and Next. I'm doing Death Note. That's consecutive.
Are you okay now by not doing Miss Saigon? Are you happy you're not doing Miss Saigon?
All things work out. You know what? I got the
it
best.
Seems like naayos na, no? Naayos yung schedule, eh. At iba na yung...
Tsaka, my favorite rejection letter was from that team.
Why?
Kasi I was auditioned for Chris.
Yes. Nasabi na natin talaga.
I mean, I was auditioned for that, and it was the best experience. It was a super incredible creative team.
Why? How?
I don't know. I think it's a complex show. And
that they want now, huh? Because they're experimenting. Sabi nga ni Joe, from scratch.
Yeah, which is so exciting because I think when I was being auditioned, I didn't realize that they were going to take me that far. Because I auditioned in front of Cameron McIntosh and Sean Berg already.
At least you're in their file already. Well, you are naman because you played.
But as a leading man.
Yes.
They took me that far because I think they were really curious or intrigued about the possibility of an Asian story, which is quite exciting. But because it's a complex show and it's a jigsaw puzzle, you know, rejections don't necessarily.
But it can happen.
Maybe in the future it can. The fact that you know they're willing to explore something like that, which is why I love that team, is they're trying to push something, and I think this incredible cast that they've assembled is ace. They're so good. I know
talaga.
I know a good number of them, and Ayn, I was with in Miss Saigon. It's such a good team. It's a really good team, and the creative team is just so loving, and there's a lot of heart into it. So I'm excited to see what they do. And then
I'm so surprised at how limited the run is. Or manganganak pa rin yan,
because it's not this is what I was saying. It's not a commercial production. It's in the Crucible.
I know, but can the people say, "Oh, we love this version. Like, do more of these"?
Maybe, yeah. Depends if it's feasible and if they put if it all makes sense, because they are publicly funded. And if I guess, because I think Cameron McIntosh is really excited about what they're doing with that production. So if you know, if they can see a future for it on bigger stages, then that's great.
So ito, parang aside from Joe being engineer, what other experiments are they doing?
I don't know. I don't know.
Sayang,
I just know.
No, pwedeng Asia. Sayang, parang tinodo na sana nila.
When I was in the room, though, I knew that they were saying that they really wanted to focus on the story of the characters that are affected by this horrible war.
Oh yes.
So it's no longer it's less about the spectacle.
Yes. Dati kasi yun, di ba? It's really the bigness of the scenes. Now,
Helicopter and,
yeah.
army
Kaso wala
scene.
nang helicopter dito.
Ewan ko kung paano nila gagawin.
Pero sana meron pa. Pero baka ano na lang, electric fan na malakas. Sana ganun na sa...
Alam ko there's gonna be a lot of more focus on
Mas internal.
Yeah, the humanity of these people, which is so exciting. I mean, it's a good show that way. I'm sorry. And it's a great team. Like, they just won the Olivier, the director just won the Olivier Award for another show, which is I'm so excited.
So there's room in trying to reinvent even or redo a certain show, no? Parang ang galing. Of the past shows that you've done, ano yung pwedeng ganyan to revisit and then ibang interpretation at magandang paglaruan?
Sa Pilipinas o dito?
Oo, sa Pilipinas.
Ang dami. Ang dami.
Talaga.
Lahat ng kayab-yab catalog.
Talaga.
Noli Fili ni Kayab-yab dapat i-reinvent. I mean,
ang maganda nga dyan, nati-TV na yung kunyari Noli Fili materials. Well, kasi Pride Month din dito. Meron na bang, ganun katapang sa inyo na instead of a leading lady, naging gay lead?
Not just gay. Trans.
Diyan, no? Talaga.
I just saw a staging of Midsummer Night's Dream at the Globe, at Shakespeare's Globe in London. And Demetrius and Lysander, the male lovers, are played by trans men.
Oh, yun yata yung parang dito pa sa Pilipinas you have to explore, no? Parang ang daming possibilities.
I mean, not in casting, in staging, in concept, I think there's a lot of room to keep pushing the boundaries of telling a story.
Flip side, we've been talking about what we can learn from them and adopt it here. Ano naman yung pakinabang nila sa mga Pinoy? Parang why like focus on some Filipinos or Filipino talents there instead of like getting some other people from other races?
Well, one is I think the door has been opened now to welcome brown actors.
That's true.
Which is so exciting. And I stand on the shoulders of, all of the actors that struggled before me. Because mahirap during that time. Now, biglang the conversation is allowing more diversity and representation.
That's true.
And I love that I'm booking roles not inherently because I'm Asian.
Yes.
But because, like, for example, Then, Now, and Next, I'd like to think that I booked it because of the merit. Room. Regardless na yung mga kalaban ko for the role were not necessarily,
true.
Black, white, they were all different races.
Yes.
And it's nice because the best actor got the job.
So it's really merit. And then, may laban ng Pinoy. Well, parang ganun. Or we wish we had, yun nga, correct.
You gotta put the work in because
that's true.
Mahusay talaga yung mga nandito.
That's true. Gagalingan talaga. But yun, contextualize it now. How, when you say contribution to art and then your dreams pa of furthering your craft as an actor, how does that parang does your being Filipino play a part of it? Yung tipong is it nasa motivation mo pa rin na okay, parang I'm able to do this as a Filipino too?
Absolutely, because yung experiences ko is unlike anyone else's. So the way
you get to share that with them.
Yeah, I mean that's not through me telling the story, but how I inform my choices as an actor.
The
way I play and something is always going to be uniquely different from anyone else because I carry with it all of my experience as an immigrant. And
they associate you as such. Parang they identify you. The Filipino actors is so good. Parang ganon. Or they see you as a kid pa ba?
No. Well, no. Like for this one, it's interesting because I think I think they were saying na parang I look so much younger than I
You do.
am.
Yun na nga, you're forever young. Parang ako yun yating tingin nila, magiging tingin nila. Parang ang bata, yun yung maganda naman. Batang-bata, ang daming pwedeng magawa.
And just that, not just like castability because I look young, but more
No,
like
yeah, yes.
I can inform a character with much more
Correct.
because of my experience. Yeah.
Tapos doon, eventually when you grow older or you look older, pero ang hirap mong patandain, no? Parang sasabihin nila, okay, ang bata pa lang, pero you can portray mature roles, which are doing now, no?
Yeah.
So,
yeah. And it's nice. It's like, ako, parang, tingnan natin kung gaano ka layo pa to. And see. Because I wanna, like, especially as I grow old, habang pumuputi na yung buhok ko, I'd like to start booking roles that, that are appropriate for my age and how I look.
Pero hindi mo itatago yon. Like, kunyari, I know of actors na ayaw mag-dye ng hair or ayaw paggalaw yung mukha. Those are your tools, di ba?
Oh, wait. And this is what I like about the actors here in the UK. Parang...
It's your skill.
Yeah, so I think si Ruth Wilson parang sabi niya parang can't I just grow old and let the jobs follow and it's hard. Of course we live in an age where vanity and youthfulness is the currency, but I like focusing on the craft because the craft doesn't walang expiry.
Demand for correct.
So the older you get, the more thorough your craft is, and then you just are more appropriate and more real for whatever you need to portray. So
sana ganito rin dito na tipong hindi vanity, no? You accept roles for depth, no? For what it means.
Minsan nga nagugulat ako, Noel, kasi parang dito, like, they'll see me for roles what I never thought I'd be seen for because ang gagwapo ng mga Brit, ang gagwapo, parang wow, I never considered myself to be that.
Or hindi, sanay na sila sa ganong klaseng gwapo, may ibang gwapo naman, parang ganon, may ibang itsura naman na pwedeng makagawa ng role. Ako, tuloy ako sa Chris and Saigon na Asian. Totoo, na-excite ako doon, no?
Because it changes the story. And
that's true.
Yeah. Pero ang husay ng Chris ng
the intertext is different. Okay, yun na nga, parang, ganda, ang daming natutunan. But we want to see you back here soon. I hope to see you in September. Or after your last play concert there. Yun siguro.
Tsaka babalik agad ako. So I have a very exciting project at the end of the year, which I can't say yet.
But can we do recording while you're here? Finally, what we plan to do? Because if you're staying here longer, please, let's do that, Wax.
So,
okay, of course.
Tutulong sa atin na lumipad ako. And
meron yan. And we want that passion project too na kailangan recording for it to like stay forever. Yun, hindi lang isang show, kundi matagal.
That's a dream.
No, I love you and Adji very much.
Thank you.
Well, please take care. Yun lang siguro. Yun yung parang in the end, parang ang layo-layo nyo. Pero ang sarap sabihin na, nandito lang kami, big hugs. At
maliit ang mundo.
Yun nga, pinaliit niya yung mundo at pinakita na kayang mag-excel at kayang mag-thrive sa isang, the international community. And thanks for inspiring us. You and Adji, pang klaseng support group. I'll see you again and thank you for leveling up with us.
Yeah,
at yun nga pala, the next guest is someone from 1728. Hindi ko alam kung ano nangyari. Kailangan may overlap. Very, very, what do you remember from 1728?
Gian being late.
Oo nga. What do you remember from 1728?
I love my time there. I'm so proud to be a part of 1728 and a boy band. I tell everybody here in the
Ayun
UK.
Nga eh. And then, when I research, ikaw pala yung nag-instigate ng mini reunion during the pandemic. And then, what has become of each one of them?
I think Jonard is a proud father now.
Yes, yes.
Chino,
Chino, yes.
I haven't caught up with Chino, but I think he's looking fit and very handsome. He's
Like
working
you,
out a lot.
okay. sabi nga ni Gian nung in-announce yung Ramahari, sabi niya ko na kailangan ko mag-gym na ngayon kasi yun daw. But otherwise,
Si Gian sent me a message the other day.
Oh.
Parang sa commercial of AAA na yung mga sikat na mga boy band members ng 90s from NSYNC, Boys to Men na matatanda na, they did a number. He sent me a message. Tawa ko ng tawa. Sabi ko, it's us. Tapos sabi ni Gian, mas maliit naman yung tiyan natin kaysa sa kanila.
parang yung insecurity niya ngayon, sabi niya better hit the gym na soon. Parang sabi ko, and you're over that already.
Si Gian is the daddy of Philippine musical theater. So
I know. I'll say that. And then, what song do you remember from 1728?
So, Sukob Na and Come Breathe Me.
The two songs. And the other one you wrote, no? And
Yeah.
this will be forever there. So please record more. Please record more immortal things and more, I guess, more significant and relevant pieces.
Yeah, I'd like to write more songs as well, maybe. We'll see.
You have more time there. Go, do it. Meron pa yan habang nasa train ka. So, see you, Wax. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Good morning.
Salamat.
Paulit-ulit kang nagplano.
Napapakabagat, tagni-tagni pa rin pananampalataya mo sa akin. Nagsisiksikan din sa puso mo ang iyong mga agam-agam. Di mo na nga makuhang pagkabutin pa ang iyong takbo at hininga. May nalilimutan ka. Paalala ko lamang sa'yo. Nauna na kita mahalin. Nauna na kita mahalin. Malaon ko na rin itinakda na ikaw ay mapapasa akin. Ikaw man ay babaling-baling at kabilanin man pag-ibig mo pansin. Hinding-hindi ka lilisanin pagkat nauna na kitang mahalin. Napapahala ka at bihong may sinisingil akong bayad sa sala mo. Magkaiba nga ba ang awa ko at aking katarungan? Ay kung gayon malaon na dapat kitang pinaubaya sa dilim. May napapansin ka pa? Inilayo nga ba kita sa akin? nauna na kitang mahalin, nauna na kitang mahalin. Malaon ko na rin itinakda na ikaw ay mapapa sa akin. Ikaw man ay pabaling-baling at kabilanin man pag-ibig mo't pansin. Hinding-hindi ka lilisanin pagkat nauna na kitang mahalin. Nauna na kitang mahalin. Nauna na kitang mahalin. Malaon ko na rin itinakda na ikaw ay mapapa sa akin. Ikaw man ay pabaling-baling at kabilanin man pag-ibig mo't pansin. Hinding-hindi ka lilisanin pagkat nauna na kitang mahalin. Pagkat nauna na kitang
On this second hour, we have Gawad Buhay's Best Actor. And for me, sabi na rin ni Joaquin, no? He's the father of Filipino musicals now. So,
What?
Proud of this. Gian Magdangal, how are you? Good afternoon.
Hello, good afternoon. Hello, Kuya Noel.
Hello.
Father, I'm just a father.
No. There's a level of excellence and respect, G. But anyway, Gian, I've known you since 1728. And then sabi ni Joaquin, parang yun yung point of reference. What is it about being part of a boy band when you were younger that parang meron kang binabalikan na experience ngayon na, nag-boy band ako. Ano yung natutunan na nag-boy band ka?
Oh, I really learned a lot of things. Marami talaga. Kasi yung...
It was good grounding, no?
Super good grounding talaga. And actually, even before 1728, I was part of Kundirana. So parang
yun naman talaga.
Connect to that. Pero kasi sa Kundirana, mas marami kami. So, nung 1728, parang apat lang. Parang that was more, parang that time, parang refreshing siya. And then, you're really more of, you're on your own more kasi ikaw lang talaga mag-isa doon sa boses mo at kailangan even if you're in a boy group, parang you have to shine individually and at the same time, connect you have to connect talaga to your
in the few times I've talked to you, sabi ko, you've always been in a group and I know there's this talent who's really so good. Yung parang after nga 17, nasa isang group na naman siya, nasa isang group, parang, no, but Gian is someone like a lot of talents to show. Yun yung ano yung parang, okay, din nadaanan ba talaga yan? And then when eventually, you joined nga Philippine Idol, parang, finally, he's able to show his own. He's on his
Yeah,
own.
actually,
So,
yun din
hindi
talaga
ka na
yung
hindi ka parang na, ay kakaiba.
well,
Na solo, parang gano'n.
after being in 1728, there was that yearning talaga. Gusto mo talaga mag-solo na rin. So, actually, yung Philippine Idol was the one that helped me um, really, like, I guess, like, shoot me up to that point na, okay, you gotta be independent na at the same time. Pero yung foundation kasi ng group, doon talaga yung musicality lumaki, yung
Totoo
sa
rin.
dance, yung
Totoo
parang
rin
pakikisama
naman.
sa banda, yung gano'n, yung meeting
Totoo rin
someone
naman.
like Kuya Mon Faustino. Tapos yan, syempre
Yes.
si Joaquin was my teacher in musical theater to
Really?
actually trivia. Oo. Siya
Really?
tsaka si Sweet Plantado. Sila yung first musical theater teachers ko.
And then para lang buuin
Trumpets.
yung nangyari doon sa 1728. What happened to Chino already?
Si Chino, I think he went on his own way na rin. First of all, he wanted to pursue his medicine career first. Yung parang gusto niya mag-doktor eh. Yun yung alam ko talaga.
Natuloy.
At some point, tapos after that, I think he shifted to something else, a business naman. So,
Tapos si
yun talaga yung
Jonard
nangyari.
naman, tatay na rin.
Oo, well, ngayon, tatay na siya. Pero yung time na
sabi
yun,
niya.
nag-abroad siya eh. So, he had change of plans to go to the US. So, yun yung nangyari.
Siya
Ako
nga yung
naman,
kala natin mag-showbiz kasi yung showbiz affiliation niya was very before, di ba?
Oo, yun talaga eh.
And looking back at your young years, Gian, parang okay, parang ang dami mong natutunan ng bata-bata mo pa and you're now armed with a lot of those lessons and a lot of those parang guidance from people. Parang
Oo naman.
when you finally hit it on your own, ano naman yung how did you navigate your life as a solo artist?
To be honest, I really take opportunities as they come along, but at the same time, learning also what to say no to.
That's
And then,
true.
parang,
That's very important.
parang, bagay ba to? Parang ganun, bagay ba sa akin to? Or parang, am I up for this
That's
challenge?
very important. When you were younger, kasi kahit kaibigan, di ba, lahat yes. But yan nga, we are defined by the things and people we say no to. That's a vital lesson. At alam mong nagmamature kapag na natututunan mo ng mag-no. So,
Oo eh. Kasi
yun.
ano siya eh, risks lahat eh. Parang the older you get din, parang okay, am I gonna expose myself to this? Kaya ko ba to? Or parang, no, I really want to take on this challenge.
Pero ikaw pa ba na parang feeling nga namin parang walang hindi ka kakayanin? Parang ito nga yung the irony of it all, when people see you, you have such a commanding presence. Pero kung tutuusin niyo si Gian pa, mahihain yan na. Parang hindi mahihain. Parang siya na yung parang sabing humble or yun parang ang tingin niya sa sarili niya ay palagi niyang tinatanong kung kaya mo ba to, pero kaya mo. Parang it took time before you did your first album. It took time before you finally forayed into TV acting to think na Gian, ikaw yan, no? Parang, bakit ba? Parang, at a certain point, parang, weren't you so confident about it? But yun nga ang tingin sa'yo pag nag-theater ka when you're putting on a role. Oh, yan, malakas ang dating, astig, maangas, parang gano'n. Pero yung totoo, hindi talaga, di ba?
Actually, ano talaga ako, type na tao na sigurista rin din talaga ako. I really take time to prepare. Talagang, kumbaga, more of anything I commit to, yung preparation niya bago mag-rehearsal pa lang, mas mahaba yung process. Actually, mahaba yung process ng pag-prepare. Okay. So, I really like parang 100% in talaga dapat talaga. So, hindi siya parang decision.
Doon yata kayo pareho ni Joaquin na mabilis ang decision. No?
Hindi.
Totoo eh. Parang yan yata kayo na yung process, very process-oriented.
Yes,
diba?
Process talaga oriented. Parang meron siyang step by step and I really take it one process at a time before I commit. Even before it starts, parang ganun. So like an audition. Pag sa audition kasi parang yung pag-audition mo, yung balak mo palang mag-audition, kailangan prepared. Parang doon na nag-umpisa yung trabaho. Yun yung
Correct.
yun yung exposure sa akin. And parang dapat ganun yung outlook, kumbaga parang, nagtatrabaho ka na, mag-audition pa lang, ito na yung umpisa ng
Correct, correct.
trabaho. Parang
Pero
ganun.
hindi ba nadidelay yun dahil sa haba ng process?
Oo eh. pero siguro nasaswerte lang din sa mga nakukuha din. Parang ganun.
Hello, anong swerte, magaling ka, no? Hello. Magaling ka naman talaga, Gian.
Pero ang daming magaling. Ang dami rin.
Ang galing. Okay,
Oo.
tama yung realization din. Now, let's go through the process of production. Yun nga, Joaquin and I talked about audition. Dito sa Philippines, you're lucky because sometimes projects get to handpick you. Kasi alam na nila yung bagay sa project. But really, yun sa inyo yung parang may disiplina. If you have to audition for a role, gagawin nyo. Wala kang qualms into like really getting yourself into the audition process.
Oo naman. Kasi parang lahat ng bagay, I feel like anything, you really have to work hard and earn it din talaga. It's
That's
not
true.
just, I mean, if it's one thing to be like, can you do it? And then it's another thing to, okay, let's do it. Let's do it.
At kaiba yan, when you saw the process on TV or films, na iba. If you only can audition for a role, no? And then it would be out of merit, di ba? Pero how did you come to terms with that? Yung tipong, ay, iba pala. Sometimes, parang kung sino yung favorite or kung sino yung kagat sa mga tao more than ano yung maibibigay. How did you like process that?
Well, in our industry, syempre, alam mo rin man yun, Kuya Noel, diba? Kumbaga parang may kanya-kanyang daan papunta doon. And you know what, I was watching this movie and then it said there, like, I was watching this video and it said na parang, if you can't have a seat at the table, why not serve water? It's like parang,
or create another table.
Or create another table. Depending on your goals din siguro. So parang if you want to be part of like our industry, I guess siguro may kailangan ka talaga ng mga pagdaanan, 'di ba? Mga ganun. Kung mahal mo talaga yung industriya natin dito, mahal mo yung tao na parang may realization dati ako sa Japan.
Okay.
I was given this role, ganda ng production, like this. Tapos lahat ng mga tao sa audience, habon. And sabi ko, itong ginagawa ko ngayon sa stage, ang ganda nga, ma-present ko. Like
pero
this,
para kanino?
Pero para kanino? Parang, ang nakikita ko yung mga mukha ng mga Pilipino. Parang, sabi ko, iba sana to kung nasa Itbulaga.
Ganda.
Diba, parang may ganun din siya na parang pagmamahal dapat na parang yung buto natin, yung loob natin talaga. Ay hindi, gusto ko makita ni Aling Nena, 'di ba? May ganun eh. So parang minsan sino na yung nandyan na at sino yung mga nauna natin na mga senior natin na nandyan, di ba? At kumakaarte man lang ako beside, I had a chance one time to act beside Kuya Edu Manzano or si Joel Torre, di ba? And if it takes to go through these, yung mga karayom na to para ma-expose sa tabi ng mga tao na who look up to them. And that's my choice to, you know what, let's give it a try, 'di ba? Kasi sila yung gusto kong kantahan, sila yung gusto kong makwentuhan at ma-affect sa storya, 'di ba? And kung mapanood ng mga fans nila Judy Ann, si Gian Magdangal, 'di ba? Baka hindi nila makita 'yon sa Japan, baka hindi nila makita 'yon sa teatro minsan, pero baka doon sa TV. So, kung gusto ko puntahan 'yon, edi kailangan daanan ko yung mga bagay na 'yon. So, at least yun nila yung nasa likod na ng isip ko at nasa loob ng puso ko na, sige, susubukan natin. Pero syempre, hindi naman yung tipong parang, kung hindi talaga mabigay, edi at least I tried, di ba? Parang,
you articulated really well. It's really just not knowledge or skills, but orientation, di ba? Parang tama yun. Tama yung orientasyon na tipong yung dalawang palaging basic questions ko pag tumatanggap ng project for someone. Parang, number one, bakit matatanggapin? Pangalawa, para kanino?
Para kanino.
Mahalaga yung para kanino na parang also nga yung humility pa na hindi para lang sa'yo.
Oo.
Kundi para sa mas nakararami, para na sa iba. And earlier on, you had it already. At least, nakaplant sa isip na, okay, I'm not just doing this for myself. Yun, mahalagang rason yun. Mahalagang leksyon yun.
Oo.
Gian, did you like take the business seriously? Of course, the showbiz answer will be, palagi naman seryoso ko. Pero, kailan mo naisip yun as a career that you like stay on? At what point?
I guess it really changed when I was given bigger opportunities na at the same time parang mas malaking responsibilidad, but at the same time parang okay, ano pa yung gagawin ko? Sa talaga. I mean, like, will I suddenly shift into being a chef? Parang, I guess, I don't
Did you think of an
should do
alternative?
that.
Did you think of an alternative? If you weren't an actor now?
My alternative before was how it's like for me was, I always thought I was a singer. Okay, so it wasn't working for me as much all the time or as often as it could. So why don't I try to act? Okay, if it wasn't helping for me to act, then what if I try production? Or now I'm thinking like maybe I should produce or maybe I should compose. So it's still along the line pa rin, parang ganon.
It's not a totally different thing. Like kunyari, what's your course in college?
I took up business management eh.
So pwede talaga kahit saang discipline, no?
Yeah, so
you never thought of yourself as being in a Makati job.
Well, I tried it na rin kasi. So, I was working for a telecommunications company before Philippine Idol for 3 years. So,
did it
parang
work?
Well, it worked in favor of me when I joined the contest kasi lahat ng mga tao sa opisina devoted.
Yes.
Nagboto sila sa Philippine Idol eh. I remember that eh. And then, I think also the background of corporate helps me treat my job corporate as well. Even when I went to Disney or went to Universal, this is my corporate job now. So I'm treating myself as how do we sell this product? How do we advertise? How do I PR myself?
Galing.
Yun talaga eh. Kailangan ganun eh. Parang knowing your product and innovating it din.
Well, let's go there. Correct. Let's go there. Diba, unique selling proposition. What is Gian's unique selling proposition? Di ba palang yung exercise natin of, kunyari, career pathing for anyone.
Career path.
Talagang talagang dadaanan mo, no? Parang, ano yung meron ka na hindi nagagawa ng ibang tao. Kasi yun talaga. And then eventually, kasi in our business, it's so harsh. If they can find someone who's younger and cheap,
Kuya Noel?
Diba? So how will you make yourself viable? Ano yun? Ano yung pwedeng si Gian lang yung makakaso? Diba? Yung exercises to create. Yes. Ayan. Can you hear me now? Okay.
Yeah, I can hear you now. So I guess my edge for now, I need to look at my strengths. Parang always back to the drawing board tayo. Hello?
Sorry. Okay.
Ayan.
Ayan na. Go. Can we go?
Okay.
Let's go back.
Okay.
Let's go to your unique selling proposition. Parang,
okay, there.
What, di ba, in our industry, parang, it's so harsh that people will turn to someone younger and cheaper. And then parang, so the task is to create a niche na ikaw lang yung makakagawa.
Yes.
Ano yung sabihin mo, yung pwede na niche na masasabi mo na sa'yo lang na yun?
Well, how I see it kasi is parang I have to see what the product is first at the moment.
That's true.
And what the landscape is at the moment and what medium I decide to go to. And then at the same time, I need to know what my resources are. Kung may pera ba ako, may pera ba ako pang invest? Ano ba yung kaya ko ngayon? Ano yung current costs ko rin din? So I see it at that level actually. Parang it has to be realistic, the feasibility, and then also know when what risks I can take, for example, and what I can control. So if I can control the way I look, then I guess that's one thing I should work hard on, diba? That's one. Two, it's my craft. Ano yung craft ko?
Ayun, the way you look nga, Zian, sabi ko parang that's Isa's problem was, ang hirap humanap ng kapartner na kasing tangkad mo. Di ba?
Oo.
Ang leading ladies, di ba ganun din? So,
Yes.
kailangan babagayan talaga.
Kailangan
Yun,
babagayan
that's
din
very
talaga.
real. Ang galing. Tapos after that, okay, aside from the way you look, what else? Craft,
Also, I
no?
think also one thing is like the factor of luck, or parang kailangan ko makahanap din ng mga tao na who will believe in me then. So parang if I need the help, parang no man's an island, diba? I need the help of people or producers who are willing to invest in what they see in me or what they believe in me. Malaking bagay yun. Kasi you can do all the work, you submit all the materials that you have, or all the guns, or the, lahat ng mga armas mo sa arte, kanta, sayaw, lahat ng ganyan. Pero kung hindi naman nila nakikita yung believe sa'yo, edi hindi rin mangyayari yung dream mo the way you want it. So you need these producers who believe in you. It doesn't matter what medium, maybe it's film, like that. Fortunately, my niche has been, people have been believing me in theater, resorts, World Resorts, so sila Menchu, Tito Odi, Nine Works Theatrical, maybe sila Stages, diba? These are the people who I think who are championing the Gian Magdangal product, Top de Venecia in repertory. So malapit ako sa kanila, and I guess because I'm grateful to them. And then in TV, pag nabigyan ng chance ng GMA, okay, thank you ABS, si Tita June, 'di ba? Talaga nabigyan ako ng opportunity sa probinsyano. Pero kung yun din kung ano yung binibigay rin nila ng opportunity, I can just only work with that. And if there's someone who can help me like make that bigger, make my product go the extra mile, then we have something going. Like, I hate this word, but sometimes in our industry, you can work so hard, but you really need that leverage.
That's true.
You need that partnership from producers.
That's true.
And you need that. That's a very important thing to make your business thrive. Then it gives you inspiration as an artist to work on what you are working on and what will sell. Kasi kung hindi mahanap yung partnership na yon, hindi mo rin mabebenta yung produkto mo. Kumbaga parang may iwan ka lang sa loob ng kwarto na gumagaling.
And part of our training now is to like make artists have a stake in what they do.
Exactly.
Diba? Parang kasama ka na sa creative process, kasama ka na even sa business process. Do you see yourself doing that, Menchani?
Oh, yes, definitely. Because I think there are two types of managers for an artist. There's a business manager and your talent manager.
That's true.
Ironically, I'm independent.
That's true. That's
But
true. So parang eventually, you ought to have a say. That's my training sa mga artists ko. Parang kailangan, parang you have a say in what you do. And then if you can invest in what you do, di ba parang mas committed ka to doing it. Kasi yun talaga yun.
Exactly.
You don't wait for offers anymore. You create.
You have to make work.
Yun
really
na
have
talaga.
to make work talaga. You have to make work. And at the same time, as an artist,
matanda na tayo.
matanda. Pero as an artist din, parang kailangan alam din natin yung gusto natin. Kumbaga, legible yung pinapakita rin natin, so that matulungan din yung mga producer, mga future partners na, I think may direction to na, pwede natin buhusan ng pera at ng atensyon at baka magustuhan ng tao. Parang ganun.
Let's go to your many talents. Kasi, ako believe ako sa'yo. Alam mo yan. Your singing will be your core, no? It's really your core. And Gian, hello, you're tonguing between. I want this. People should know. Mike Salomon really composed that song for you. Yung tipong, parang do you see yourself like composing more, recording more? Because
Oh, yes.
ikaw yan, and more original work. Because I saw your passion there. Pero
Yes.
ano yun, parang, what killed it? Or what stalled it?
Actually,
And what,
it's still there. Not a
okay,
lot of people know, but I've still been composing. Actually, even
okay,
during
good,
the pandemic,
good,
I've been collaborating with Lara Maige.
good. A very, very good composer.
Yes, my music partner and everything
Mahal ko
partner.
yan. Eh, sabi ko nga, yung sana siya yung nanalo sa Metro pa, palagi ko sinasabi sa
Oo.
kanya, ano, sa'yo na lang ako. Dapat sa'yo
Yes,
ni.
sa'yo na lang ako.
Oo.
We've been also doing other projects. Kumbaga parang we've been working in well, for example, during the pandemic, we've been writing for other things. Like for example,
Ah,
in government or in for
okay.
advertising. That's
Okay.
where we like been tinutuunan namin din yung talents din
Okay.
namin doon. And that's what also been I've been doing. And I released an EP last 2020,
Yes, I saw that. Yeah.
2019. And then that's also actually this year we released a song. Last year we released a song, me and Lara, called Liab. And then
Mm-hmm.
we also releasing another song, well, a group of songs this year. That's what we're
Yeah, I'm
currently
looking
working on also.
forward. I'm looking forward to that. Kasi
Yeah,
yun
but
core nyo. Babalikan nyo talaga kung saan ka magaling at dapat makilala ka. Mag-try
yes,
kung saan ka magaling. Yun
yes.
talaga.
And the dream, Kuya Noel, for me is
Mm-hmm.
really writing our original musical talaga.
That's
Original
true.
Filipino musical. That's our dream talaga. We
That's
wrote
true.
a musical together. Me and Lara, we wrote a project for Bulacan. It's like a mini musical
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
for the city of San Jose del Monte. And
Uh-huh.
that's one of the tests that we tried na parang, oh, okay, we got inspired by this and we want to write more. So
Are you
that
close to
made
completing a musical really for the general public?
Well, that's what we're really working on now. I think we need
Baga.
to. It's a long process, you know that, but
Oo.
that's our goal for next year.
Kaya nyo yan. Kaya nyo yan. Two
Yes.
talented
Oh,
people, really, mabubuting tao, dapat pagpalain. So, more songs, more
more songs.
Spotify hits, I guess.
Definitely, yes.
Yun, at least that, we have that commitment. And then now, dancing muna. Do you see yourself like, enrolling into something serious about dance? So parang ganon? Yun
So
din yung sa'yo kasi
regarding
matangkad ka, tapos
yes,
sayo ka. Eh.
with regarding to dance, I plan to do a solo act, a solo concert because I haven't done it in a
Yay!
while, and that's my next
Yay!
project after Ramahari.
Yay!
I want to
Yay!
do my own concert together with the songs that me and Lara have been composing also. But at the same time, para I wanted to show like a musical review of all the musicals I've been doing, singing and dancing. And also just to show my love for theater. That's what I really
Truth be
want to do.
told, ito na, truth be told, sorry I have to say it. Sa Triple Threat, kahit kilala ko yung mga nandun, sabi ko, Gian should be there. Kaya taniyakap nung nakita tayo sa isang show.
Triple
Sabi ko
threat.
ganon,
Oo.
doon ka dapat. It should like have served you well. Kasi ikaw naman talaga yun. Yun lang.
I've been really hungry to dance again and sing together with it because if you
Yes.
know ang huling El Bimbo, my character, I don't dance
Yes.
there eh. But
Pero isa
and
sa mga talagang talents yun. Tsaka pag nag-stretch ka, ang haba. Di ba? Parang yun. Totoo
oo nga.
yun. Totoo yun. So parang
Oo
iba lang yung nakakagalaw ng maayos. So, parang entice us and like, make us excited about your concert. When will this happen? So after September.
Yes. After September.
Good.
Definitely.
At least there's something
Oo.
to look forward to. By that time, may hit ka na, tapos sasayaw ka pa. Well, we'll support that, G. Parang
Yes, please,
yun.
hopefully.
Yes. Well, dun sa CCP ulit na black box, or should it be a bigger venue?
It should be a different venue. It's gonna be
Okay.
something else. Yeah,
Okay.
definitely.
Oo naman,
Yan
kasi
ang
parang,
yan ang aabangan.
kasi CCP's loss to have not like put you there. Parang ako talaga. Dapat nandun ka. Anyway, so aside from that, acting naman, where will that go? Well,
Well, currently, I'm actually part of a movie called Ang Pangarap Kong Oscars. It's going to come out June
Yes.
28 under Mavix Productions. So that's one of the projects that I am doing with them. I also shot something called Acts of God, but it's going to be shot. It's going to be shown somewhere else, but under Mavix. And I've just been
I'm friends with them. I'm friends with them. They're really good people.
yeah, sila Lucky. They've been so nice, and I really had a good experience with them. And hopefully, we can
Very
work on more
cool,
projects with them.
no? Very cool.
Very cool, yeah.
Oh,
And
susundot lang ako ng konti.
oh,
Sundot ako ng konti. How do you think Paula's involvement with the new Itbulaga would affect this whole thing? Parang sabi ko, well, sana the visibility will help them push the movie, no? Sana the
oo nga.
visibility would push the movie. But parang sabi ko, my God, the bashing. Kaya mo ba yun, G?
Alam mo kasi, si Paolo is, he's such a, kumbaga cowboy na cowboy, tsaka napaka-talented at
Totoo.
matalino siyang tao
Totoo.
talaga. And, you know, he deserves all the
Totoo.
breaks. He deserves all the breaks. He's such a good person also. And working with him, talagang, sabi ko, this guy is in his prime. Malayo ang
Totoo.
mararating niya.
Totoo. If
So,
you were in
parang,
his shoes now,
oo
how
eh.
would you have addressed all the parang nanob na siya ng bashing, no?
Oo eh. Kasi ano siya eh, ang galing ng comedy rin niya eh. Alam mo, ang galing niyang ganun naman yung comedy
That's
din
true.
natin dito sa
That's true.
sa
That's
Pilipinas eh.
true.
May konting
That's
intriga muna at kailangan paikutin tapos gawing punchline. Ang setup na natin
that's
sa
true.
comedy yung intriga una eh. Parang ganun lang nangyayari minsan, 'di ba?
Ang sakit. Ang sakit na pero totoo. Well, Joras is in the movie. And then
Yes.
sabi ko gano'n, parang Joras also went through a lot, but he's able to like talagang mag-comedy, no? Kayang i-comedy yung ano.
Yes, oo
Well,
eh.
ibang klase. At saka pag nag-shift naman to drama, ay kaya din nila. Yun din.
Oo.
Kasi mo rin naman yun, Gian.
At
So
saka,
yun.
pag nagdrama sila, alam mo na may paghuhugutan din talaga.
Totoo rin naman. Totoo
Kaya
rin
mas
naman.
nakakatawa talaga sila magpatawa din talaga. Parang ganun
Ang
yung
saya,
nangyayari.
at ang saya ng set nyo, no? Parang buhay lang palagi.
Oh,
Ang feeling
grabe.
ng-
Oh, and very easy to work with and very cool to work with talaga. Yun nga din, cool sila.
Ako talaga parang I hope the movie like connects to the audience kahit na binabash na si Paolo now. The attention or at least the consciousness of him having a movie would help it. Pero, well, there's always streaming as an alternative and Lucky's really good at it.
Yes.
Selling to Netflix and all. Sana yon. And
Oo,
then,
oo, oo.
ikaw din yung bagay sa mga historical films. Alam mo yon?
I really would dream about that. Alam mo, ang dream ko
Yes.
magkaroon ng role na parang gagaya ng kay Kuya John Arcilla, yung General Luna.
General Luna. O bagay ka
Parang
dun.
ganun. Oh, yun ang dream ko. Period piece. Kasi
Bagay
one
ka
of my
dun.
favorite roles is when we did Noli Me Tangere, played Crisostomo Ibarra in CCP.
Yes.
And actually, in fact, I watched Ibarra recently with
Yes.
Piolo, and it's such a
Oh.
joy to see someone like Piolo Pascual to be on the stage.
That's true. That's
It
true.
nakakataba ng puso siya sa
Pero
tao
sorry,
na-
ilalaban kita doon ha. Parang ako, kaya mo yun. Kaya mo yung ganon.
Grabe, isa 'yun sa mga dream roles din talaga. And to do a theater, to do a period piece on film, nako, ano yun,
Yes,
dream come true
yes.
'yun for me talaga, dream come true.
Yes.
Oh.
And let's talk about your assignments now and what you had to go through. You're doing Ramahari. Of course, the announcement is out already. And
Yes.
for an actor, it's such a dream role too. Like all the major actors had to
Yes.
go through. At a certain point in your career, you'd say, kailangan ka magramahari.
Oo,
How-
oo.
Anong naramdaman mo dun sa, yun, pagkakasama mo dun sa project na yan?
Well, I was part of the 2020 casting already,
Yeah.
but I thought after the pandemic, they've moved on or nakalimutan na, and then now that I'm part of it again, I'm just really like I feel grateful and blessed. At the same time, I need to work hard for it. Kasi
Yes.
he's a young prince, 'di ba?
Yes,
Rama
yes.
is a young prince, and we don't get any younger anymore. It's been 3 years na rin na dumaanin, 'di ba? So I have to work on that by talagang trying to look the part. by September. That's what I'm gonna work hard on
At
also.
i-immortalize talaga yung role na yun kasi talagang,
Yes.
well, you working with the 3 national artists,
Yes.
kakaiba, no? Alice, Bien, and Mr. C. So,
Yes.
ang ganda lang. Ang ganda
And
lang.
if you get an email from 2 national artists,
Diba,
that's just
no?
a perfect sign to just work harder.
Frame nyo yan. Parang gano'n, di
Oo
ba?
nga eh.
Yun talaga. Yun talaga. And then, well, of course, I watched you in Ang Huling El Bimbo. And at part of me saying, ang galing-galing na niya. Sana may sana may focus na siya lang. Parang gano'n. Pero, ang galing pa rin ng Ansam.
Yes,
Parang
grabe.
the
Yung
joy
grabe yung
of
ensemble.
people, the joy of people while doing such a production na kahit ang tagal-tagal na,
Yes.
nag-enjoy talaga kayo sa stage. And I really said it's the best version I've seen kasi parang nag-gel na talaga lahat sila.
Yes. Ano siya,
Yung-
talagang masaya kasi siyang gawin din na show. I'm sure for the ensemble. And then,
Correct.
when they changed and updated the choreography, it was really a big challenge for the ensemble. Kasi iba-iba siyang genre eh. Talagang literally from cha-cha to jive to Broadway type of dancing. And then may street dancing. So it's like, and then contemporary at some point. So
Pero
it's an
nabitin ka
all-around
pa.
musical.
Nabitin ka pa kasi hindi ka masyado pinagsayaw.
Oo, syempre nabitin ako. Hindi kagaya ng Chitty Bang Bang and Newsies. I was able to stretch out there.
Yes.
Yeah, so I need to get back to that, and hopefully when I do a concert, I'll be able to get the sweat out again and dance.
We look forward to that. As in, yun. Parang ako, nakaka-proud pa rin na si Gian after winning Best Actor in Gawad Buhay is still part of an ensemble which works. Parang sabi ko, may suspension lang of disbelief kasi ibang-iba siya dun sa batang role na inaano niya pero ang galing-galing mo pa rin. Yun pa rin. So after Ramahari, it's a concert, and what else? What do you look forward to?
Well, I'm just praying for opportunity that I can make outside of the Philippines also. So
good. Very good.
That's really what I'm trying to do. I mean, I got a taste of it working in Disney and Universal. But it's another story to be able to do your own project or like a tour outside of the country. That's really what I plan to do, and I really dream of doing.
That's a bigger stage you're geared to. Well, I think parang yun dun naman papunta lahat. Pero part of my interview with Wacky earlier was auditions and rejections.
Yes.
But how do you deal with that? Parang sabi niya, of 10 auditions, kung maka-average ka na meron kang isang project, okay. Pero how do you think it now? Ganun ba kahirap or parang ganun ka prepared at tibay ang loob ng mga theater actors to kawalan ng pride, di ba? Parang yun.
Yes, oo naman. I think auditions kasi just make you better. Parang
galing.
It's part of your fine-tuning eh. Kumbaga parang kumbaga sa kanta, kailangan may tamang timpla eh, lagi. And yung pagtitimpla, nalalaman mo lang din talaga pag nag-audition kasi doon lang nila natitikman kung ano yung nabibigay mo eh. So baka iba yung timpla na kailangan dito. Parang ganun. And it's also your observation parang to see what's out there when you audition eh. Parang, okay, maybe this is what they need now. Or parang maybe this is what it is out there now. Parang that's your test din eh. Kumbaga parang if it will fly or if maybe we have to go back to the drawing board and also see your level. O parang ano rin siya eh, parang meter, parang barometer mo na parang, ito, nako. Parang,
you have dream roles? You have dream roles abroad? You have dream roles abroad?
Super.
Like what? Like kunyari, Joaquin earlier talked about auditioning as Chris in Miss Saigon. And talagang kakaiba daw, and kahit hindi siya nakuha, parang, they're really willing to push it that far, the story, na to have an Asian lead. Parang pwedeng mag-experiment. Ikaw, ano yung, passionately, what do you want to like be na actor, na role?
I really dream of portraying the Phantom in Phantom of the Opera. Yun talaga yung dream ko. Because of
pero
the
wala
rings.
na.
Wala na nga eh. Pero
buhayin na lang natin.
kahit sa UK, kahit kahit saan, basta ma-portray yung role na yun. Yun yung
Correct,
sa
correct.
dream role ko
Bagay
talaga.
sa'yo yun.
For Miss Saigon, ironically, kung si Joaquin, sa Chris, I want to play John, actually. Yun talaga yung role na
Talaga.
gusto ko. Kasi yung Buidoy, isa yun sa mga dream songs to sing din talaga.
Galing din naman. Galing din
Oo.
naman.
Yun
Parang ang
range,
ganda
yun yung
lang
range eh.
that people are able to reimagine or experiment on roles, no?
Yes, oo.
Ang galing.
And Hades Town. I want to play the lead in
Then,
Hades Town. That's one of the dream roles then.
let's throw it to the universe and say, uy, please.
Yeah. Gosh, if I can
Ay,
audition for that, I would
al-
audition for that right away. Those songs in Hades Town is also something else. It's
Ang
it's also the
galing.
range that I love also.
Ang galing. And then
Oh.
here, what other shows or what other productions do you want to be part of? Of course, a lot of pwede naman mag-develop ng material for you, and you and Lara are trying to like come up with a musical, no? But is there a
Yes.
dream project or dream role pa after Amahari?
Actually, ang dream role ko talaga dito is, well, for musical theater, is really being
Mhm.
in our own musical, to star in our own
That's
musical.
true.
That's
That's
really a
true.
dream role already. But
That's true.
for here in the Philippines, I've always dreamt of being in a movie talaga na I can like top bill a movie, like be a lead in a movie. A period piece
Speaking
or
na,
something very
okay.
provocative, something that people can a movie that can really address certain relevant issues na
Ganda.
parang that will really be parang eye-opening. Yun talaga yung gusto ko na parang na movie that I can be part of and portray a character na malawak yung range. That's my
Galing.
challenge actually na parang because I'm confident that I want to do something like that na if
Galing.
ever may
Galing.
opportunity out there yung talagang parang multiple personality role na
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Tagalog, English, may foreign language sa isang lead
Yes.
role.
At
Parang
aaralin mo
ganun.
talaga, no?
Oo. And
Yun eh.
parang something na that will connect Filipinos and people abroad like OFWs. Yun yung kasi rin yung experience ko
Galing.
eh. Oo. And that will
Correct.
somewhat
Correct.
yeah,
Correct.
like really help our creative industry din talaga. Something like that. Um Playing a
I'll go
prominent
there. I'll
figure.
go there and
Oo eh.
ask. I'll go there and I ask Joaquin this.
Yeah.
Of course, you've heard about the field stage thing with the affiliation now with Lam, with the First Lady, no, and with Toff and all. At merong statement na nilabas parang all participations, all parang liaisons are political. What do you feel about it?
Well, we are left with what we can work with. And
That's
if
true.
and
That's
if
true.
we need to work together, that
Yeah.
says it all.
Yes.
We
Yes.
need to
Yes.
work together. Oo eh. Hindi
Yes.
pwedeng hindi
Yes.
eh. Kasi parang we won't be able to
Or
move forward.
sabi nga ni Joaquin sa UK daw, government is really expected to subsidize
Yes.
theater.
Oo.
That's why they're able to experiment.
Yes.
Pero they have every right to dissent. Di ba?
Exactly.
Parang, that doesn't mean you're co-opted. Dapat you're able to also do the things you want to do. Parang
Yes.
express your truth. Yun.
It has to be a
Stand somewhere
two-way
there.
street.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah,
Yeah.
go.
It has to be a two-way street. We have
Mhm.
to be parang kumbaga parang bigayan din talaga dapat siya talaga.
Mhm,
Kumbaga and it
mhm.
has to be cut clean in like what
Yes.
timelines and what projects we
Yes.
agree with din
Yes.
talaga. And
Yes.
who will benefit. Especially with pay and delays in like parang kasi I think a lot of the issues then nowadays have to do with welfare of artists.
Yes.
'Di ba?
Yes.
Parang and if that cannot be addressed as early on, parang we cannot also move forward with clear heads and like good inspiration inspired to move on together. Parang I think those nitty-gritty things need to be ironed out also first. Kasi parang gagawa tayo ng project pero with the existing system, with the existing
Ah,
infrastructure or
yes.
is it going to be dictated, is it going to be
Galing.
collaboration, so parang kumbaga parang yun pa lang eh. I mean like even with welfare, meaning like the pay, of actors, artists,
Very,
and
very
then
good concerns ha, kunyari. Waki was
oo eh.
mentioning doon daw because of equity, yun
Yes.
kunyari pag may na-aksidente, may na-stroke habang nagtatrabaho, yun,
Yes.
meron yung nangaalaga sa kanila. Sa atin, yun nga, basic as collecting your payments.
Yes,
Yun,
sa atin
diba?
exactly as
Oo.
basic as collecting.
Or standardizing rates.
Yes, standardizing rates. And someone actually told me before, I have this open question, Kuya Noel, before. I asked,
Yeah.
how come we don't have a union or how come we don't have equity? And someone
Bakit
asked me
nga? Bakit nga?
because there's not enough demand in our market for the artists and actors for us to have that equity.
Is that the driving power? Is it,
That's
di ba?
maybe in maybe in economics, that's one way to see it if you're not from theater.
Okay.
But another thing too, but that's the reason why it's nice that TOF has the creative industry already, like on paper, kumbaga parang, and it's
Yes,
already
yes,
in
yes,
legislation, so
yes.
that the actors and artists are acknowledged as a
A
real
sector,
industry.
as a
Yeah,
sector,
a
yes.
sector talaga siya. Kumbaga parang kung may asosasyon or may OWA tayo o for Overseas
That's
Welfare Workers
true, that's
Association,
true.
'di ba? Meron din dapat parang ganun ang mga libo-libong artists, libo-libong actors who go abroad, and it has to be part of hindi ka-compartmentalized na rin dapat tayo. Hindi
Ang galing.
generalized ang mga artists sa POEA dapat na hindi siya dapat,
Correct,
kumbaga
correct.
parang ano tayo, parang nurse din 'yan.
Oh, correct. Hindi, may dignity ba na tipong oo, sector kami. Oo,
Oo.
acknowledge kami as a legit sector.
Exactly. Kumbaga, dun ang agency ng actors
Totoo.
na ina-acknowledge yun na meron po tayo mga artista na nagpapasok ng pera sa industriya. Hindi
Totoo.
at hindi lang pera, pero malaking pera din ang mapapasok ng mga artista
Totoo.
sa
Totoo.
industriya o sa ekonomiya. Kumbaga parang,
Galing, galing.
oo, it has to be seen as artists or artistry is a part of the GDP.
Yes,
It's
yes,
not
yes.
it's not something coincidental, and it's not something that's and it is essential.
Essential yun. It is
Oo.
essential not during the pandemic. They don't need ayuda because yun nga. They are also
Oo.
a legit sector. Oh, tama
Yes,
naman.
oo. But you know what? The
Hmm.
legitimacy also of the artists in the Philippines also has to come from education. Because
Yes,
a lot
yes.
of the artists are nagkataon na artista or
Or
hindi
are
kasi
working alone.
or
Parang
working.
di ba, walang community. Dapat the community should organize itself, no?
Exactly. Freelance kasi lahat. And
That's
because
true.
of the freelance work and because of artists that are freelance and the welfare is not addressed, maraming din artists na nag-oo sa mababang bayad.
Totoo
And
naman.
doon nag-iiba yung mga iba-ibang klaseng artista. May malaking social gap din ng mga
Totoo. Kaya
artists.
iboboto kita sa susunod na eleksyon. No, no. No. Artists really have to be conscientized also about this.
Yes.
Na tipong they should be aware that, dapat yung rights nyo mapapangalagaan if you organize. That's
Yes,
it's actually one of the lessons we learned during the pandemic na kailangan
Oo.
talaga organize tayo as a sector.
Oo, tama. I mean,
Which keeps
kumbaga
me...
parang
Yeah, go.
kumbaga parang iba-iba kasi tayong binebenta eh. May iba-iba tayong mga produkto eh. Kumbaga parang kung kape ang pinebenta mo at maraming klaseng kape, marami ding klase yung mga artista at mga different types of creatives ang ginagawa eh, di ba?
That's true.
Yeah.
Which leads me to my next question. Kaya mo bang mabuhay sa sweldo ng isang, or you have to like work somewhere else?
Sa ngayon, I think you really need to hustle and you have to work in different types of things to be able to live full-time as an artist. Or you really have to have somebody else with you to work together with you talaga.
How do you manage, G? Parang ako, kakaiba rin. Di ba? You're parang, ay, grabing pinagdaanan mo rin sa buhay mo. No?
Oo,
and you're raising a kid pa.
Yes.
At a certain, kaya bang mambuhay ng isang pamilya? Yung isang theater actor salary?
if I'm thinking as a business person or a businessman, there are so many gray risks that I've been taking that doesn't
Yes.
work. Kumbaga parang financial planning is really the key.
Yeah.
Budgeting is really the key for it.
Yeah.
Also, check on your
Pero hindi ka
lifestyle
naman
din.
maluho, di ba? Hindi ka naman maluho, so okay lang.
Maluho din, pero kailangan ano.
Saan ang
kailangan
luho mo? Toys pa din? Iniwan ka nung bata kayo talaga, computer, di ba?
siguro yung mga pagkain, sapatos, mga
Okay.
ganyan. Siyempre,
Okay.
hindi ako magkukunwari na hindi ako maluho sa mga bagay.
Okay.
Pero kumbaga parang I think the perspective of wanting to hustle and earn more has to be there all the time. And
That's
also making ends meet.
That's true.
There are different types of schools that you want to send your son, but if you have a
That's
choice that you want to
true.
send your son to this school, then kailangan ko panindigan yan, di ba?
That's
Parang
true.
ganun yun eh.
Mas mahal ho ang tuition fee sa Lasal.
Yes.
Parang, yun, I'll go there. I'll go there too. It's Father's Day. It's Father's Day soon.
Yes.
So how has it changed you're being an artist? Parang it has made you fall, no? Parang mas buo, no?
Yes, definitely.
Yung understanding.
My son has just tried. My son has he's trying now in musical theater. I just enrolled him in his first musical theater course, repertory Philippines, of course.
Galing.
But being a father has just made me more complete as an artist because my son gives inspiration in all aspects of my life. It doesn't necessarily have to be being an artist, but really just being a better person. That also a better son to my parents. That's what I think fatherhood has done for me, and trying to just be a good person, and I want him to grow up as a good contributor in this world.
Galing. Now I remember we were in Green Hills. I was with Freddy Santos, and you were there, and you said, "Hoy, believe kami sa taong to, pero hoy, may responsibilidad ka na agad. The more kailangan magtrabaho." Parang ganun yung sabi ni Freddy Santos. So the more, hindi ka dapat tumigil. Yun talaga.
Walang reason para maging tamad pag may anak.
Totoo yun. Yan, ang galing lang. And then yun, parang ako, well, what's that? A modern family? Parang an extended family. And then Lara, grabe. How has she embraced the family? Okay naman.
Oh gosh, Lara, everybody loves Lara.
Oo naman, mahal ko yan. Mahal ko yan.
Here, I can see.
Oh,
They love
happy
Lara
birthday.
more than me. And it's her birthday.
Ay, pero ikaw yung una kong nakilala, una kong minana, di ba? At naniwanan na talaga ikaw yung tanging between. At sana yun talaga mag-stick pa rin as your hit because it's really your hit.
No, I plan to record that. I have to re-record that. Lalo na ngayon na si Mike, grabe, ang taba ng utak ni Mike Salomon. I'm sure meron siyang bagong arreglo para dyan.
Oo. Tapos yun, did you ever try singing Lara's songs?
Oh, yes. There's this one song that Lara
I want to hear it. Can you give it a try now, if ever?
Okay, here. Well,
ito yung birthday gift niya sa'yo, Lara. Go.
Well,
we had a working birthday yesterday.
Well, this is one song that we composed together. If that's fair
okay,
enough.
Okay.
It hasn't been released yet. So it goes something like this. This is the chorus. Okay.
Galing.
Okay. It's just magic all the time with you. No logic can explain this through. All my dreams are finally coming true. Everything means I love you.
Galing. Alam mo, bagay sa inyo yung Once. I've seen it.
Oh, Once! Yeah.
I love that. I love that movie. And bagay sa iyo, ang galing ng musical.
Nako, galing ng musical. Alam ko na, I know someone who really wants to do that musical.
Sino?
Si Mike Salomon, alam kong gustong-gusto niya.
Talaga? Grabe,
Kasi
napanood ko
syempre
yun.
gitara eh. Ang ganda
They
nun.
turned the whole theater to a bar. Have you seen it?
Yes. Yes,
Oo, di ba
yes. I
parang
know, I know.
yung parang umpisa, parang ano to, party? Parang gano'n. Yun pala, magsa-start yung musical kasama kayo lahat na sa bar. Parang
Yes, oo.
gano'n.
Ang galing, ang ganda ng concept. Ang ganda ng concept nila. And you
Yeah.
really need a musician talaga to sing and play the guitar and act with that. So it's a
Bagay
good
kayo
triple threat.
doon. Bagay
Yeah,
kayo
yeah.
doon.
Oo naman. Oo.
Okay yun.
Naku,
Anyway, I
magandang
was
dream
so
role yun. Dream role.
oh, and I remember, who's a lead singer of a band trying it?
Was it Neil Patrick Harris? I know in the awards.
Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah,
But
yeah, yeah.
someone, a more popular band, that yun parang band leader who came here to the Philippines, nagsolo siya, and he was the lead of once in UK.
Oh, I don't know.
His performance.
Was it someone like Jason Mraz or something like that? Parang ganun yun, di ba?
Ronan.
Ronan Keating?
Yes,
Yes. Oh, okay. Ronan Keating pala.
Yun, yata siya. Oo, siya yung napanood ko actually sa once.
Galing
Okay, so
galing.
kaya yun. Parang, ang ganda nga ng pelikula eh. Parang,
Yeah.
the struggle in the artist. And do you consider yourself as such? The forever indie mind, and then trying to not to be clobbered by commercial wants?
Well, I actually don't think of it that way naman.
Okay. Or you've more freedom to create. Parang ganun na lang.
More freedom to create. Parang I always want to have a sense of a signature in what I do naman.
That's
Parang
true.
it's like when you know certain directors that they have this shot. Like Chris Nolan with the behind back shot and like looking, and then like like his movies, or like Quentin Tarantino having like these tracking shots sa
That's
side ng car. Yung parang gano'n, diba? And I think as an artist, I'd like like it, I hope I can like try to like leave a signature every time na something that way sana. Kung maka-capture lang no.
Kaya mo yun. They will be there like, parang pushing you further and like really applauding for you when you do that.
Yeah,
as we end this, can I have that last chorus, that chorus of Tanging Between, and own the song? Kasi ikaw yan. Ikaw talaga yan. Damhin mo yan.
Oh
Kasi
my gosh.
yun.
Maalala ko may lyrics doon talaga to si Mike.
At kinakanta mo sa akin yan sa eroplano. I think we were coming from an assignment. At sabi niya, ito may ginawa si Mike. At yun, ang ganda-ganda ng kantang yun.
I have to research this wait lang. Tanging Between. Yung lyrics lang.
And for me, that's Gian Magdangal. Parang ako, ang dami pa niyang pwedeng gawin.
Ayun, nakita ko. Ito siya. Andito siya.
Siya talaga yan.
Tanging Between. Saan yung lyrics?
Tapos ano yung nangyari doon? Meron ka ng recording niyan, di ba? Kasi hindi nalabas?
Yes. Oh,
did you save it?
Hindi nalabas. Hindi. Kasi it was in the album of yung homework album ni Mike. Niligay ni Mike dun sa homework album. So that's why I didn't.
Yes, pero nasa iyo pa rin. But you recorded it na.
Yes.
Sayang. But you still have it.
Yes, I still have it.
Oh, game. Can we have that screen?
Ito. Lyrics.
Narinig na ba ni Lara yan?
Hindi pa ata.
Ganda.
Hindi mo narinig yung kanta ni Mike, no? Ang Tanging Between. Ito.
Okay, ayan na. Go, chorus.
It goes like... Sa official lyric video ko talaga tinitignan. Dito sa...
Okay.
May mga tanong ang aking damdamin. Wala man lang sagot na lumalapit sa akin. May ilaw pa sa gabing madilim. Hinahanap-hanap ang kislat ng aking bituin. Ngunit nagkamali sa aking inakala. Sa isang saglit, biglang ikaw lang nakita. Tama ba?
Ayan na.
Ikaw ang
Sa
aking
gabing
ilaw,
madilim.
sa gabing
Okay.
madilim. Ikaw ang aking mahal, ang tanging bituin. Kahit na sumikat ang araw sa dilim, ikaw pa rin ang tanging bituin.
Galing! Ngayon alam ko na kung bakit hindi mo nalabas before.
Bakit?
Naghintay ng tamang tao.
Naghihintay ng tamang tao. Tama.
Uy, can you let her out? Happy birthday, Lara. Lara, happy birthday. I love you.
Noel. Say hi.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Hinintay ka nung kantang yon. Hindi niya nalabas nung panahong yon kasi
Ito. Ayan,
hindi niya nalabas yung tanging bituin dahil hindi tama yung panahon. Siguro mas tama yung panahon na yon at mas tama yung tao ngayon. So inaayos ng Diyos lahat. Yun. And God knows I love you both. I love you both. Go. Thank you.
Thank you,
Bye-bye. Inayos talaga. Salamat. Maraming salamat, G.
Thank you also.
I'll see you on Sunday because of your
Yes.
show sa
Okay.
Independent System of the Met.
Yes. Oh, no.
And then
Monday
Ramahari.
din.
Salamat.
Monday ako.
Monday. Oh,
Luneta.
11. Yes. Maraming salamat. Thank you.
Alright. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Mga Katipuneros, it's time to level up! Your talk variety program showcasing the best in media and other fields. As we feature the most loved personalities and the best practices of what we truly refer to as Magis. Together with multi-awarded multimedia guru Mr. Noel Ferrer, let's all level up every Friday from 3 to 6 p.m. here on Radyo Katipunan 87.9 FM.